Ladies and gentlemen, would you please go wild and crazy for Garrett Millerick? Thank you very much for coming. Let's do this. Sunflower. Right. Why is it called Sunflower? Well, when I started writing this show about a year ago, I looked at the state of the world in the last couple of years, looked at 2016. That was a fucking disaster, wasn't it? Then I looked at 2017, and that was worse. And I thought, there's a racing certainty. 2018 is going to be an absolute nightmare. And I was right. So I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a fun show. I'm going to name it after my favourite Beach Boys album. I'm going to come down, do a show, be fun, write some fun jokes. Small problem, not a fun guy. Give you a rough idea of what we're dealing with here. I don't like cake. That's the face that people do. You tell you don't like cake, this sort of... People won't have it. It's so much worse for us than it is for vegans. If you tell someone you're a vegan, they just silently think you're an arsehole. If you tell people you don't like cake, they do that face and they follow up seconds later by going, I'll bake you a cake. Vegans don't get that. No one's ever going to be, vegan, actually. I'm going, I will kill you a pig. It's not something you have to put up with. More about me. Don't like going on holiday. Yep, that's the response I get with that as well. Can't stand it. Can't stand a single aspect about it. I absolutely hate it. But the funny thing is, my wife loves going on holiday. It's her favourite thing to do. But so I do this for a living. So basically, I go all over the world telling jokes, and she does a 9 to 5, doesn't get to go anywhere. So I get to sort of travel telling jokes sort of under duress. I was in Australia last year and she called me up and went, how's Australia going? And I went, it's an absolute nightmare. She went, what are you doing? I said, I'm sitting on the floor in my underwear with the curtains closed with 4 fans pointed at me, watching Mad Men Season 4. She said, what are your flatmates doing? I said, they're swimming with dolphins. She went, why aren't you swimming with dolphins? I said, I don't want to fucking swim with dolphins. She said, but it'd be an amazing, life-changing experience. I said, yeah, that says maybe, but I want to do it as much as I wanted to watch Mad Men Season 4 again. So she said to me, like, this time last year, she was like, I've had enough of this, I've had enough of this. Next time you get booked to go abroad, I'm coming with you. I've had enough, I'm coming with you. I said, that's absolutely fine. I got booked to do 5 nights in Cyprus. She said, right, I'm coming to Cyprus. I said, fine. I called the promoter and went, hello, can I bring my wife? And he went, yes, that would be delightful. And I said, will you pay for her? And he went, no, why would I do that? So instead of earning hundreds of pounds for doing my job, I earned minus £75. And she had a great time. She was all like suntan cream and books next to the swimming pool. Oh yeah, great laugh. And I was doing gigs. And not nice gigs like this, no. I'll tell you the first night, it was in a British taverna that sold 24-hour cooked breakfasts. In Cyprus. The second gig was on a military base, and normally you get paid very well for doing those gigs because they are horrible. But remember, minus £75. The third gig was much like the first gig, but it was on a boat, a floating shithole. And at that gig, there was a lady who was talking on table A, and a lady on table B stood up and said, would you mind not talking? We're trying to enjoy the comedy. So the lady on table A got up and punched her in the face. Minus £75. And she had a whale of a time, but I couldn't get over my searing resentment about having to work so somebody else could have a nice time. And what that taught me is I'm probably going to be a terrible dad. So, good evening. I can tell you some things about myself here in a show context, like ha ha ha. I can be honest with you. I can tell you my 3 favourite things are solitude, silence, and lying on the floor. That's me. Now, if I told you that, like, in the bar upstairs, you were like, what do you like? The absence of you shutting the fuck up, not being able to see you. It would appear rude, wouldn't it? But here, ha 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 ha. So yeah.